So I've been asked, it's starting to get a little chilly outside. Like, it hasn't gotten, like, super cold as much as it gets cold, in the Bay Area. The Bay Area of California, just let me say it, is not LA. Like, LA, Southern California, San Diego, like, I'm sure their winters are actually warmer than they are in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, I definitely turn on the heat in my car sometimes. I definitely get cold enough to want long sleeves, but it never gets really like freezing cold. And I have a buddy heater. People have asked me this so much. I have a buddy heater. I never freaking hardly ever use the thing. Like, my friend got it for me last Christmas. I did a whole video about it. So if you look at my videos about a year ago, it's something like a Christmas surprise or something like that. And I'm holding the giant thing beside my head, and it's my buddy heater. I barely use that. I used it a little bit when it was a little bit chilly and I was in the van and I didn't want to turn the van on, and I put it on for a while, but I mostly don't use it. My main solution for cold is my sleeping bag that I sleep in, and it's really cozy. I sleep in a sleeping bag, so it's zippened up. I'm in a cocoon, and I wear hoodies at night a lot of times when it's cold. So I put it over my head because I still want the windows cracked. I don't know if you can see it, but my window back there is in fact cracked. Ignore my pile of things that needs to be put away and all of my notes of things I need to do. But yeah, this and my sleeping bag is how I stay warm in winter, because this about covers it, and I'm warm at night and I sleep like a baby and I have no problems. I'm also a really hard sleeper, so unless something like major happens, probably like the van flipping over, in which case I might die anyway, I'm probably gonna be okay. I'm a pretty hard sleeper. I'm not highly affected by noise. I'm not noise sensitive at all. Even if they started jackhammering outside, like right beside the van, I probably wouldn't wake up right away. I might wake up eventually, and I'll be like, what's that? Because I've literally parked where, you know, those garbage trucks that pick up the large garbage bins? I've heard them drive up and go, and for a second I'm only worried because my brain goes, is that a tow truck? And then once I know it's not, honestly, I fall back to sleep, and they're still out there going as they lift up sort of that dumpster. In that way, like I said, it's a blessing and a curse to sort of, you know, be that much of a deep sleeper. Because there is the worry that something that I need to respond to, I won't respond to. But on the other end, like, it's not a big deal for me to have a little bit of road noise while I'm sleeping. And in fact, because I've always lived in cities, I'm kind of used to it. So yeah, but that's not the point of this video. Even though it gives some information to people who are like, how do you stay warm when it gets cold? Number one, I live in Northern California, so it's never that cold. And number two, when it does get cold, also my other thing, these are my nice warm socks, sleeping socks. I only wear these to sleep in, and they keep my toes nice and toasty. I bought them specially. I also have like a really fuzzy hat that fastens underneath my head. I've featured it in other videos. Let me see. This thing is also great if I really feel like I need extra on my head. I sleep in this all the time. And because it fastens under my neck, like, it doesn't really come off. At most, it slides up to about here, but my head's still covered. My ears are covered. And honestly, I've been cozy. Like, I haven't had any problems with the temperature dropping in the van, and that's just facts. Like, it hasn't been that big of a deal. I've literally slept like a baby since I've been able to have a van and have a bed, as far as like an upgrade from the car. But the important thing is, I didn't post any videos last week because I was busy. I actually was able to get a stage management job. It'll carry me pretty much through the holidays. The holidays being, obviously, I'm talking about Christmas to New Year's here. And that's great. It meant I dropped my warehouse job pretty quickly, like less notice than you should give to drop it. But when your career job comes up and it's like, do you want it? And you say yes, you gotta be, and that's why I took a job I didn't care about dropping. And yes, it was at an Amazon warehouse. And Amazon has all kinds of weird rules, so I just didn't. There are people who saw my badge and guessed it. And I didn't know where that put me with Amazon at the time, but now that, you know, I'm not working there, I'm not as stressed about it, and they probably won't care, but still, I was being overly cautious. But the point is, I pretty much dropped that job within 24 hours and picked up this new job. I was coming on a new show that was already running, and so I really needed to spend this week learning the show so that I could do the job successfully, and so I've been concentrating on that. And yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I'm hoping it goes well. I hope I get a good relationship with the company and they will rehire me for future shows. But it's put me, you know, in a happy place. I was really like depressed working that warehouse job. I felt like I had failed. And part of my reason for, once I became homeless last August, and this is before I felt really houseless by choice. I was just homeless. I left a bad situation, and, you know, I was living out of a vehicle, and I was trying to find standard housing, and that was my consciousness a year ago. And then there was a point a few months later where this switch hit. I wasn't finding a place to stay. Everything was too expensive. I had no dependable income, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I thought about the nomadic life before. Like, it wasn't a new idea a year ago. It was something I had thought about before. It was something I had tried before. I bought a Class C. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't learn how to operate half the things in there. It had a leaky roof. I was on the East Coast at that point, and I'd spent all my money flat out to buy this Class C that needed work and care. I couldn't provide to it, and I had nowhere to park it. So I eventually gave up. I ended up selling it, and I moved on into being like a standard house dweller again. At the time, I got a room with some people I knew. They needed a roommate. I picked up the spot. So I was renting a room in a house. And it was fine. It was fine. I mean, like, for lack of a better term, it was fine. Anyway, I got this new job, and that kind of took over my life last week. And it's Sunday, and I'm about to go in for the Sunday show. We have 2 shows on Sunday, and then I have to do laundry. It's a smallish theater, but I'm getting paid an hourly rate. Would you be surprised how unusual that is? A lot of times I'll stage manage for a flat stipend, and so you'll get a certain amount of money every couple of weeks or at certain points in the project, but you don't get paid hourly. So if the show takes more hours than what's in the schedule, you don't get really compensated for that. It's kind of like getting a salary for a set amount of time. So you basically have contractual salary or contractual hourly work. In this case, it's hourly work. So the good thing is whatever I have to do, be it running the show or laundry, this is a non-union job. Union jobs, you generally have costumers that do laundry, but in this case, I don't really mind it. It's a small show. It's a small cast. I'm getting paid hourly. It's been reasonably easy to sort of run, but yeah, it's working out okay. I mean, there's still some things I'm learning. There's still some things, some quirks, but I'm in such a better mental place than I was when I was working at Amazon, because I felt like this was just going to be it, and I was going to be doing that for like this repetitive thing that I hated for months and months and months and months with no known end. And I was at the point where I was just going to up and leave with nothing. At the point I got offered this position, and I was able to up and leave and know I was going to another job. That is what's been going on with me this week. So before I end this video, I also want to say my birthday is next week, and so I got myself some birthday presents from Teespring. Luckily, I ordered them like last month, and I just want to show you guys what they are. So, envelope number 1 from Teespring is a Curious Carly sticker. Mine got the one she gave me for free last year at RGR got messed up, so I bought a new one. And I'll show you where I'm going to put it in a second. Envelope number 2. You won't be so shocked around this one. So, envelope number 2 is the "Yep, I am weird" sticker, and I have a special place for this, which I'll show you that in a second. And envelope Number 3. This is all the stickers I got. They're all stickers, if you haven't guessed on it. And this one is the Chrome and Cruise Van City Van Life sticker. And the reason I got this is because I already have the Chrome and Disco one from earlier. And so I wanted to also have one with Cruise. And not because I love Disco any less, but I wanted to have like both. So yeah, so I have my Chrome and Cruise. I have my Yep, I Am Weird. And I have my Curious Carly. So this is my mug. I used to have the old Weirdos Unite logo, because this is the old Weirdos Unite logo, unlike the new one, which is on my sweatshirt. But this is the original Weirdos Unite logo. And I had it across the cup like this, and luckily I was able to peel it off and put it across the cup this way, because what I want to do with the Yup, I Am Weird sticker is put it on the cup like this. So that's what I'm doing with that sticker. There we go. So I got it. I got my Yup, I Am Weird. I have my Weirdos Unite, and I have my weird little dinosaur. I need something for right here. I don't know what it's going to be, but I need some sort of sticker for right there. But yeah. Feeling it.